Hi, Adrian here, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about a common fault that myself and other coaching pros probably see nearly every week in our daily life, and that's people's misconception of how they move their weight and into also what they've been told to keep their head still, or your perception of it. So players will think, well, I'll keep my head still and I'll transfer my weight and shift it across. Unfortunately, that results in their spine. If you had an x-ray machine and you were looking at my spine here, as I do that motion, trying to keep my head still and pushing my weight across, you'll see my spine's leaning towards the target now. Now what that means is in the downswing then you can't sequence your downswing or generate the leverage and the power you could. It's not dissimilar to other sporting endeavours. If you were throwing a javelin, you'd notice my chest is behind my hips, my levers are here, and I'd pull it and throw it. Same with throwing a ball, or even serving a tennis ball. You'll see players stretch and then use the leverage, or if you're chopping a tree with an axe or playing baseball, you always see the hips leading, pulling those levers along for a powerful strike. Well, golf's no different. So if you are fixated on keeping your head still and pushing your weight across, once you get into this position, you cannot sequence your downswing. You can't let your body unravel from the ground upwards, and you can't create the leverage. And also you'll find it difficult to get the low point of the arc in the right place. So a couple of really simple things I want you to understand is that if you look at this gap here, as I rotate, you'll see the gap stays pretty similar. Now, if it's being detailed, you might see someone like Rory or some toppers have a tiny nudge, a little displacement of the weight, then rotate, and it's very small, just subtle, and then turn. But you won't see any players go across this way. You'll see them rotate, then you'll see them shift. Some will move their hips a bit more than others and tilt the spine, others will drift everything across, and then they'll rotate through. And you'll see if I was using the wall behind me here, you can see as I swing through, I'm finishing then nice and straight, and I've used my hips to really create some power. Another little feeling for you is if you just popped your hands out on your belt line here and just rotate, then a little shift, and then re-rotate through. That'll give you a feeling for what's happening. Or very simply, if I just put my finger in my chest and one on my belt buckle as I turn, you'll see my spine's pretty neutral. I'm certainly not leant towards the target this way. I might be pretty vertical or slightly leant away, probably more with a driver or a bigger club here than say a wedge. But if you can get into this position, that allows my centre then and my hub to pull my upper body along and pull my levers into the shot. You're going to find a lot more accuracy, control, and certainly consistency of strike if you get that turn right.